Welcome to our first video speaking about the application components, holistic admissions. I'm Gina Cicchetti, Senior Associate Director of Graduate Admissions, and I'm joined today by Associate Dean Badawi. After learning about the MBA and MS programs, along with reviewing the application process, I hope you're ready to take a deeper dive into the components of putting together a strong application. Generally speaking, what does holistic admissions mean here at the University of Pittsburgh School of Business?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what it means is that we're not looking just at cutoff scores. We're not looking at sort of the same criteria that all of the other schools are looking for. We do want to make sure that you're able to get through our program because our program is rigorous. We want to make sure that you can get through our program academically speaking, make it through the classes, ensure that you're not going to have challenges in our quantitative courses. But after we figure that part out, what we're really looking for is fit within the program. So what that means is we want to learn about who you are and what you're going to do when you get here in our program and what you plan to do beyond the program. So that looks at things like your values, that looks at things like your life experiences and how they shaped who you are and your goals, both personally and professionally. That looks at things like your characteristics. So who are you as a person? That looks at things like how you're going to interact with your team members, with your classmates, with your faculty, with your staff members. Are you going to engage in the resources that we have here to offer you? So basically what we're looking for is the right type of person that's going to take advantage of all of the opportunities that we have to offer here.
And taking a deeper dive into that, when we talk about academic readiness, what really does that mean? Just looking at the GPA?
So when we're talking about academic readiness, what we're really looking for, again, is to make sure that you can get through the classes, particularly some of those more challenging classes that tend to be the quantitative courses. So what we want to see is, do you have any evidence of doing well in these classes in the past? Let's say that you had an issue in your academic transcript. Instead of us just writing off and saying, well, this person had a low overall GPA, what we want to hear instead is what happened. So we want you to tell us the story of why might you have had an issue in, maybe one of the semesters or two of the semesters in your undergraduate program. So that's a component of holistic admissions. We take that into account when we're thinking about academic readiness. We want to see, okay, maybe this person would do well in our program, but if we only looked at the GPA, maybe it would tell a different story. What can you tell us above and beyond just your GPA that could inform us of your academic readiness?
Looking at professional experience, I think MBA applications pretty easy to tell by a resume, but tell us a little bit more what you're looking for in terms of the MBA, and then we'll get into the MS application after that.
Yeah, so we aren't just looking at years of professional work experience. Though professional work experience is an important part of the application, what we want to see is, what are your goals? So what do you hope to do in the immediate future right after the MBA? What do you hope to do in the long-term future? And how exactly does the MBA play a role in that goal, in that process? So what we want to see is not only your work experience, but we want to see how are you tying together the MBA with that work experience to get you to your goals. So we want to make sure that the individual really has a clear understanding of the role this degree is going to play. It's a significant investment, both from a time perspective and a financial perspective. And we want to make sure that the students are going to get exactly what they're expecting to get out of the program.
Yeah, and how would an MS applicant kind of highlight that experience, especially if they only have an internship?
It's a great question because our MSs are a little bit different from our MBA. What we're looking for in our MS programs are students that want to specialize in a specific skill or content area. So the professional work experience is less important in the MS applications than it is in the MBA applications. And so what we want to see with the MS students is, again, that goal. What do you hope to get out of this degree? And how are you going to leverage this degree to get there? So clearly articulating your goal in the essay is going to be very important for MS students, and also clearly articulating how you're going to take advantage of what we have to offer, not only in the curriculum standpoint, meaning your classes, but also in those extra resources. So your career staff, networking events, how are you going to engage your faculty when you're here? That's what we want to hear from our applicants.
I think it can be a little bit of a challenge for personal qualities to shine through on paper, but tell us a little bit more about how the committee takes that into consideration.
Yeah, we've put a lot of work into making sure that our selection process really gets at the specific traits that we're looking for. So we have multiple different indicators for these various traits that we're looking for. And the two that I'm going to highlight are the essays and the interview. So even though it's hard, I would agree, it's hard to put that on paper. The way that you talk about these things, the experiences you choose to highlight, both in the essays and in the interview, is going to inform us on your experiences and how those experiences have shaped you. So when we're thinking about the elements that make our program distinctive, for example, very heavy on experiential learning, are you the type of person that's going to take advantage of those opportunities? Do you bring in characteristics that are going to make you engage more with our resources like our executives in residence or our career staff? Are you the type of person that has had maybe some challenges in your life, but you've learned a great deal from that, or that's shaped your character? Those things are really going to inform whether you're going to take advantage of the resources that we have to offer you. And our entire goal is to make sure that you're successful both in the program and after the program. So ensuring that you're going to take advantage of those resources is very important.
And communication and leadership have kind of filtered through the holistic admissions process as well. Could you shed a little bit more light on, again, what you're looking for in the committee on an application?
Yeah, so there's two components there that I think you're touching on. One of them is leadership. And so what we want to make sure is, this is especially true of our MBA program, we want to make sure that students are coming in with either leadership experience or demonstration of initiative towards developing those types of experiences. So even if you haven't led a large team, if you've had experiences where maybe you've been a coach, or maybe you've been a peer leader, or maybe you've demonstrated initiative in your own career in terms of your growth, those are some of the things that we're looking for in that category. And then in terms of communication, what we really want to see is professionalism. How do you carry yourself? Are you able to articulate well your goals? Are you able to articulate your skills? This is particularly important twofold. One is that communication is going to be critical for academic success, because that's going to inform your ability to do well in the classroom. But it's also quite important from a professional standpoint. So things like being able to interview well when you're on the job market, or being able to network well when you're hopefully taking advantage of the many networking opportunities that we offer. So one thing that I will share though is that that's something that we teach here. So it's okay if you're not perfectly proficient in some of these areas. Again, we want to make sure that you're taking advantage of the resources to develop those skills, to continue to grow in those areas.
And finally, this is kind of my favorite, the diversity of perspectives and thought. I think it's an opportunity to shed more light on the applicant, and what, again, does that mean in terms of the holistic approach with what you're looking for?
Yeah, that's another criteria that we evaluate when we're evaluating applicants, is what type of perspective is this person going to contribute when they're here, not only to their fellow classmates, but also to the faculty, the staff. We learn from students just as much as students learn from us. And what we're trying to cultivate is a culture where there's a lot of diverse perspectives, because that's the only way that we can enrich each other. So it's very important for us for people to come in having different backgrounds, different walks of life, different experiences, and they could bring those experiences to the group.
Thank you. And any lasting thoughts on the holistic admissions process here at Pitt?
If I could leave with one final point here, is we really want to know who you are. Don't be afraid to let your personality shine through in your application materials. We take those things in strong consideration, and again, that is a large component of what we look at through a holistic lens. So please let us know who you are. We're really eager to get to know you.